Hey everybody, welcome back to another pattern testing video. Today, Weatherby Element 20 gauge pattern test. We're just going to start at 40 yards, we might move in, but when I did my 12 gauge challenge, basically everything I saw for the differences was out at 40. Now this is a 20 gauge, mind you, so it might be different. How you guys like that sticker, that buck and duck sticker? Those are going to be available shortly. We're still working on it, but basically we've got a target out here at 40 yards. We're going to we got a nice rest here. Chair, got hearing protection. We're gonna go ahead and shoot this sucker, see what we can do. We got a bunch of different waterfowl loads. I'll tell you what they are as we're shooting them, but stay tuned. Let's see what this does. Okay guys, so what we got up here first is Federal, Federal Speed Shock Steel. This is gonna be 2-shot, 7/8 ounce at 40 yards. Go see what she did. So as we do this pattern test, I'm going to be interested to see how well this Weatherby patterns, just because I did some first shot impressions with it and it was quite a bit high, and as we approach our target it looks like we're getting the same thing here, so I may have to shim this shotgun a little bit. But as we see, we actually have a pretty good dense pattern high, just like I thought. Not very much stuff low in our target. A couple right where I was aiming. I might have to start aiming a little lower, but you can see there's still some pretty big gaps in it. Nothing like the 12 gauge at 40. So we're trying to give you guys a quick look here through the sun. See if this is a little better. Yeah, you guys can see that now. Federal 2-shot. On to the next. Okay, up next, heavy metal 3-inch 4-shot. Here we go. 40 yards. I'll put our hearing protection on, and off we go. You can already see from here we got a pretty good pattern on there. Well, let's go take a look. Hopefully you guys like these videos. If you do like these videos, hit that like and subscribe button. I put these shoot and see targets on here, so I thought maybe it would help identify the pattern a little bit better this time, as far as right where I'm aiming. Now, actually right away, I really like this one. We got a string in here of BBs, but as you can see here, a very nice spread, very evenly all throughout this target. I honestly think this is going to be a hard target to beat. Okay guys, up next, that's my favorite 12 gauge ammo. This is going to be Fiocchi. This is going to be 3-inch 2-shot, 40 yards. Go see how she looks. Okay, so as I'm walking up here, you can already see there's actually more BBs on my little shoot and see at 40 yards with this 2-shot. And my system 2-shot versus 4-shot was the last one, and it's going to happen some of that, but it actually might be the same amount. As you look here, it was very centered here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the middle. And then as we go around the outside, pretty even pattern. There's a little bit of a hole right here. Let's see if we can get a good look through the sun here. That's a pretty good look at it. Actually, it's a pretty good pattern. You know, we'll count some BBs when we do some more of these, but not too shabby. Up next, Kent Fast Steel 3-inch 2-shot. Very interested to see how this does. So let's see. Right there, guys. That should be the money shot. This will be 40 yards. Let's see how she goes. So as we walk up here, once again, good amount in the center. The only one that hasn't had a decent amount in the center at 40 has been Federal so far. But actually, I guess it's only got 5 in the center here. So we got 5. It's kind of some vertical stringing there. Really, it's got a good pattern all the way around the outside. Man, there's a huge gap right here though. That's a little scary. A lot of stringing right out here along this edge, all the way around the bottom, and decent on the middle. But man, and there's some on the outside up here. You can see there, right here in the middle. Yikes! Yikes, man! Kent has been letting me down this year when it comes to these testing videos. I'll tell you what, I was shooting Kent. I really liked them. These videos are not showing that at all. Okay, guys. Up next, Browning, 3-inch. This is 1 ounce 2-shot. Now this is actually a 1 ounce shot, which is quite a bit bigger than most of the other ones. This is a full ounce, so that'll be pretty interesting to see what this does. This is the Browning extra distance, which I'm assuming is because they have the extra ounce. See, this time we have some white cardboard out there. This is 40 yards. So on my way up to the Browning here, this actually might be my favorite one. I'm usually not a huge fan of Browning ammo. There's quite a few in the shoot and see target, and I'm not seeing any big holes right away. Let's see, we got in the center, this is a 6-inch shot, or 6-inch dot. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, and I don't think there's a single, there's a little bit of a gap down here along this edge, but I might have, man, that's a pretty good looking pattern, guys. Wow. Browning might just be in it for the win. Okay guys, up next, heavy metal, 20 gauge, 3-inch, 2-shot, 1 ounce. We shot, in our last video, we shot 4-shot, so it will be interesting to see if this 2-shot's different. But, here we go. Load her up. Let's see what happens here. Shooting at that white target out there. Now, if any of you want to do this at home, I got these pieces of cardboard from my local tractor supply store. Now, if you're gonna do this, I would suggest getting the white ones. Okay, I've got both of the past just because it's nice to have that big 4-foot by 4-foot piece of cardboard, but the white is way easier to see, so much nicer. Now, this heavy metal 2-shot actually only has 3 in the center with a decent pattern, but not great. Big gap up here, a little gap down here, a little gap right there and there. So heavy metal 2-shot, 20 gauge, 40 yards. I don't know. That Browning's gonna be hard to beat. Okay, now my most hopeful fish shell of the day. This is the Fiocchi Steel Shot Max. Okay, we got this at Shields. For you guys that have Shields, this is gonna be 3-inch 2-shot. This is 7/8 ounce. We're gonna shoot this at 40 yards. Let's see how it does. I'm hoping for pretty good, but we're gonna have to see here. Here we go. This is Fiocchi 3-inch 2-shot, 40 yards. Well, I might have pulled that shot a little bit. I didn't think I did. Paper's not looking great. 4 on center there. A lot of stringing to the outside here. And I must have pulled a little bit because there's nothing over here at all. Really, there's nothing all the way out on the edge of the paper too. It's just kind of vertical stringing right there. Fiocchi let me down in the 20 gauge. 12 gauge was awesome, but Browning still taking the cake on the 20 so far. Okay, up next, we've got Winchester Super X 3-inch 4-shot. This is the Walmart special right here. Let's see how she goes. I don't have high hopes for this one. So as I'm walking up here, looks like we've got 4 in our 6-inch shoot and see target again. You guys comment below if you guys like those white ones better for seeing the pattern. It's a little hard here, but so there's your 4. And then there's just kind of a nice little spread. Just not very many towards the bottom, not very many towards the top, really spread out. Got some gaps. We actually, not as bad as I was expecting, but not great either. So we got 2 more to try. That'll be the end of this video. So let's see what happens. Up next, we got Winchester Drylock, 3-inch 2-shot, 40 yards. So far Browning is definitely the best. Everybody else is pretty consistent. Got 4 in my 6-inch circle at 40 yards. Winchester Drylock is no different. There we go. Well, you guys can see the rest of the pattern here. 1 gap right there. And see kind of my patterns here. I might have pulled a little high. There's some couple stragglers down here, but that's a gap there. Altogether, not bad. But it's also not on par Browning. I think Browning's going to take the cake on this one. Up next in this test is going to be the Kent Fast Steel 1.0. This is going to be the 3-inch 3-shot. 3-inch 3-shot. I really like 3-shot. High hopes for this. I shot a lot of this last year. It'll be interesting to see if this is actually good or if it's just in my head. So here we go. 40 yards. So check it out, guys. It'll be interesting when we get up here to target to see if this did better than a 2.0. Because in my 20 gauge or my 12 gauge, that was actually the case. So here we go. We've got 5 in the 6-inch circle, and actually a pretty darn good spread. You guys can see here we have 1 little hole right here. But really, that's it. Man, that's a pretty good pattern for 40 yards. I like that a lot. Might be what I shoot this year because Browning's kind of hard to find. Okay, so Winchester Drylock at 40 yards. We've got 1 gap there, another gap there. See a little gap there, and basically this whole bottom section and this whole top section there. But really, for 40 yards and 20 gauge, that's not terrible. Up next, Winchester Super X 4-shot. A lot up here. We got 4. Then we've got big gap there. Big gap there. Basically all of that has but 1 pellet in it. There's about softball size gap there. Winchester Super X, don't like it at all. Okay, this is the Fiocchi 3-inch 2-shot. Quite a bit of pattern up here. No gaps that I can say of. Maybe 1 small baseball size one there, but not that bad. Let's switch markers here. But this is not good here. Look at all of this. Not a single BB. And all of that side. And there's not very much stringing up here to make up for the lack of it over there. It's not like I pulled this shot. So Fiocchi, no bueno for the Weatherby mid-range choke on a 20 gauge. Now we've got the Heavy Metal 3-inch 2-shot. Don't mind these big holes up here. They're not going to affect anything. They're not in my circle as far as testing the pattern goes. Now we've got 1 big gap down here, 1 big gap here, and 1 gap right there. We've got 3 BBs in the center, which I think might be the least amount out of any of these. Heavy Metal 2-shot, not a huge fan. Now the one that I think, at least on my first impressions, is going to be the best of this test is going to be the Browning 3-inch 2-shot at 40 yards. Got a little gap there. Nothing big. Pretty good so far. And we've got maybe a little gap here, a little gap there, but nothing big. There's BBs here, so you can see you have a gap there. I'm being very particular on this one because I think it's gonna be the best. Definitely has the most. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shots in the middle. And there's a little bit of vertical you're missing there, but you have some on the outside that makes up for it. All in all, there's still BBs throughout this. Not one of those is big enough for a bird to escape. Browning, I think, is going to take the win. Up next is going to be the Kent Fast Steel 2.0. Now, there's a slight possibility I pulled this shot. I don't feel like I did. If I had to reshoot it, you guys let me know in the comments below. Basically, I've got a little bit of pattern up here. Really nice dense pattern here. I've got 5 in the middle. Pattern down here, maybe one small gap there if I'm being picky. The biggest thing is inside the circle. All of that is a miss. That's a giant gap. Not to mention, if we're going to pick on it like we did the Browning, those are all gaps. So that might make me think that I might have pulled it. We might reshoot this one later, but being that I didn't feel like I pulled it, we'll see. Ammo's kind of short this year. Now this is the Fiocchi 3-inch 2-shot. This is their regular one, not their Steel Max. As you can see here, one gap there. I guess you could probably connect those two and go there, but that's not really a big gap. Thing that scares me, this entire top half and up, there's not a single BB. And you got pretty good spread over here. I mean, you might be able to be picky and say that, but in reality, that's not bad. It's a lot better than the Steel Max was, which I was surprised because I shot the Steel Max last year. But this one I liked because it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that one's 8. 8 in the center of a 6-inch circle where we were aiming. That's pretty good. This is the Heavy Metal 3-inch 4-shot. Definitely outperformed the 2-shot, but I mean it is 4-shot. I have a lot of vertical stringing here in the center where we're aiming at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the middle. That would be our 3rd best so far. We have a gap here. We have one in the middle, so you can't count that as a gap. Say a gap there. Gap there. And nope, there's one there, so really the biggest gap I could get down there would be like that and that. So really that's pretty good. Can't complain for 4-shot. Not too shabby at all. This is the Federal 2-shot speed shock at 40 yards. Now, there's a good possibility I pulled this up because we have pattern all the way up here. So let's move this aim point, let's put it here. We still have big gaps here. We have a gap here. This is all one big gap here. This is all one big gap here, there, and there. So Federal, sorry, you're not going with me this year. The winner of this pattern test will be the Browning 3-inch 2-shot extra distance. Okay, out of this weather, this is shooting the Weatherby with the mid-range choke in it. And you know what? It did pattern the best. You can see here, there's only a couple small gaps, a decent spread. The most in the center at the same time. That's what we're going to be shooting out of the Weatherby this year, guys. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you like this video. Stay tuned for more content. We'll see you on the next one.